Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our show, The Roaring Gunners from the City of Joy with Sauradeep from the Arsenal Official Bengal Supporters Group. Hi bro, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm just okay because, it's been a very difficult week for me. It's been a real sad incident that has been, a very famous singer of India has sadly passed away, and he was kind of my musical god as well. So yeah, I'm coping with it and looking forward to a talk because I think it is actually very good that I'm talking with it because it helps me to divert my mind from that. So yeah, I'm happy to talk with you, that's for sure.
Thanks, Brian. I'm happy to be here to talk with you. What was his name?
His name was KK actually. His abbreviations are KK. His real name is Krishna Kumar Kunnat.
Okay, rest in
Krishna
peace to him.
Kumar Kunnat, and he was one of the, what can I say, the most versatile singers of India. So it's been very sad.
My condolences. Sorry to hear for your loss and rest in peace to him. Okay, so now let's talk about Arsenal. This show, we're going to focus on wrapping up last season. So just going to do a player ratings for each player for the season as an overall. Before we get into that, though, big news that came out today is that it's confirmed that Alexandra Lacazette is going to be leaving us at the end of this month when his contract runs out. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that first.
I think it's perfect for us, perfect for him as well, because he was earning very huge amount of wages and all. So we are going to be clearing that. Thanks to Alex Lacazette for his performances. He has been always a professional player. He has done well, but last season, the recently concluded season, if I can say, he was poor. He was not getting his goals, as we could clearly see. And it's been, it is the right thing, I think, for us, for him as well, more for us, because it will be, clearing up a lot of the wage stuff and all. So I think this is a good decision. Thank you, Lacazette, for all your contributions, for those good goals. He was always a big match player. I thought I remember him scoring in big matches. He scored against the likes of United, City, Liverpool. I think he scored many goals against them. So yeah, he always stepped up in those times. But I think this is the perfect thing. This is the perfect decision from us, because still we'll be disappointed because we didn't get anything from him, because he's going on a free. But yeah, thank you, Alex. Best of luck, and yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah, he's with us for 5 years. I remember when he first came, there was a lot of excitement. I remember his first game. It was that
Yeah,
4-3.
it
Remember
was,
the
yeah,
4-3?
yeah,
Yeah, 4-3 against Leicester, first game of the season on the
yeah.
Friday night. A lot of excitement. Didn't really work out the best. I was looking at his overall record and it was like 70 odd goals in 200 odd games.
Another thing I have seen is that, when he came at Arsenal, he was a lot leaner. If you could see his stature, his physical stature, he was a lot leaner. His body center of gravity was much, better. And, in the past couple of seasons, as I've seen, he has gone a bit broader. He has been a bit muscular. That may have helped in the build-up play and all the things that we have seen from him. But it hasn't certainly, helped him scoring goals, because he was pacey. When he came in the 2017, he was a yard quicker. He could swivel with ease. He could score goals. He could turn better. But all those things were gone in this season, in the last couple of seasons. And I've seen he has become a bit more stocky. So I think that may have played a part in, taking away his goal scoring prowess, because at the time, even when he was playing in Lyon before coming to us, he was a lot leaner and scoring a lot of goals. He started off well and then suddenly faded away. That maybe that is not true at all, but that is something that I have, observed, that the more he has gone a bit stockier, a bit more muscular, his shoulders have broadened, the
Yeah,
goals have been
yeah.
far hard to come.
It was a really poor season goal scoring wise for him, this last one. But he did bring us some good memories. So thank you to Lacazette. Wish you well with your future. So now, yeah, let's get into the player ratings for last season. So going to go through the whole squad. We'll start with Ramsdale.
Sure, terrific signing. Who could have thought that Ramsdale will be, talking this highly of Ramsdale last season when we signed him? Because I personally was not impressed at all. I was very, very skeptical of Ramsdale signing for us. Many of us were. If they tell that they were very excited when they heard of that we are signing Ramsdale, it will be a lie. But yeah, again, we got a lesson that don't judge a book by its cover. Exactly, he did outstanding performances throughout the season. I will give him an 8 out of 10 for this season. 8.
Okay, Leno.
Leno, again, it's been a difficult season for him. He started in those first 3 games, conceded, around how many goals? He conceded 9 goals, and then he got benched. And then it was pretty much done for him because we didn't have many of those European games, and even in those cup competitions, apart from the Carabao Cup, we didn't advance, and even in those Carabao Cup matches, some of the matches Ramsdale played as well. So it's been an underwhelming season for Leno, and I can, it will be understandable if he leaves this season, or maybe he'll be leaving next season after his contract expires. But in the game against, I think, against the likes of when he was summoned, in that brief period when Ramsdale was injured, I think he did well. So I'm gonna give him a standard 5.5, because whenever he was summoned, apart from those first 3 matches, he did well. 5.5, sure.
Okay, Tommy Yasu.
Outstanding. Again, another. All of our first team signings last season, most of them have been superb. And this one also superb signing. Tomiyasu, superb player. We have seen him whenever he's playing, how secure our right side is, and whenever he's not playing, we have suffered. So it shows that how important he has been in our squad. He's outstanding defender. He defends well. He has those, even though he's a bit lanky, he still has his body balance is pretty fine. So I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I think he had a good season as well. Apart from these injuries and all, I think his injury was quite, damning for us as well, because although we are saying that the Partey and Tierney's injury was the main blow for us, but I think Tomiyasu not playing in the final few games was also a telling blow for us. So 7.5 for Tomiyasu.
Okay, Cedric.
What can I say about Cedric? Because yeah, he has done well as an understudy of Tomiyasu. I think I can, find some games where he did well, but most of our goals have, as if we have seen, he either has been directly or indirectly involved in those mistakes. But still, you can't expect a player of Cedric's quality to, be the first choice right back at Arsenal. But whenever he was given, the duty to do the job, he has done well. He also often played in the left back, or even was slotted in the center back in some matches, in a couple of matches as well, when things were down and were 10 men and all those things that happened. So I'm gonna give him a 6. Yeah, he did his job because he had to do cover for Tomiyasu when he was injured, and he did it. Rather shakily, but still, he's gonna get the pass marks, so he's getting a 6. And as far as I know, Arsenal are not pretty much impressed with his performances, so he's gonna stay next season as well. So yeah, you have to support your players. So yeah, 6 for Cedric.
Okay, Ben White.
Yeah, this season mostly has been good. In some matches, if you can see, he has been superb, and then somewhere he had odd errors or something like that. But overall, he's very young. There were a lot of questions about his price tag, 50 million and all, but I think he has pretty much justified that price tag, because it's been his first season. So huge transition from a club like Brighton to come to Arsenal and play in front of those players' pressures and all those things. He has handled pretty well. He's going to improve, that's for sure. He's just 22 or 23. Is he 23? Maybe, I think he's 23. So there are years ahead of him. There are acres of spaces for him to improve, and I'm sure he's going to do that. It's been a good season for him as well, so I'm gonna give him 7 as well. 7.
Gabriel?
Outstanding. I think he was better than Van White, because he had 1 or 2 rash games. I remember some of those games. I don't know against whom, because I've just forgotten those matches, the opponents. But he had some rash moments. But still, apart from that, he was good. Yeah, I believe, against Crystal Palace, he was a bit poor. He was poor at our away game at Crystal Palace, the 3-0 defeat that we had. But mostly in the season, he has been decent. He has commanded the as a centre back, and he has done well, and he has scored, I think, 4 or 5 league goals. So again, we have got a scoring defender. So he scored more goals than Lacazette in the league, I think. So that definitely tells that he has that prowess in him, and he has the quality to score goals, and he has been decent as well. Again, another very young defender. It is his 2nd season, and we can see already the improvements that he has made. There were issues with his positioning last season, but he has done that better. Or there were no doubts about his recovery and tackling and all. He has been superb in that, but he has improved in his positioning. He has been a lot calmer. I think whenever he is in trouble, he has, so there are certain things that he has improved. So I'm gonna give him 7 as well, because most of our defenders, I think both of our centre backs deserve a 7 of the season that they have had.
Okay, Rob Holding?
Yeah, perfect utility player, we have to say. Perfect utility player. Apart from the North London derby harakiri that he made, that really cost us, but he has been superb whenever he has been summoned. Again, another player was not a regular, but when he has been summoned, he has done well. Whenever there have been crosses put in, he has made sure that he gets rid of that every time in some of the matches. Wolves, Chelsea, all those matches he came on in the latter half of the game and did exceedingly well. So as an impact substitute, has done superbly well, apart from the match where he started in the North London derby. So you again, another player who you can't expect a lot, because he's not that Arsenal material who can play week in, week out, first team, but he has done well. So just for the North London derby's problem, I'm gonna give him a 6.5. But yeah, it is 6.5 for Rob Holding.
Okay, Kirantini?
I'm not impressed. You can see he's been injured most of the season. The matches that he played was good. He was decent, but I still believe Tierney, there were things that we were saying that Tierney is not replaceable. But Tierney is definitely replaceable, because the things that I've seen that his overlapping runs have decreased a lot, and his fitness issue is massive, a huge Achilles heel for us and for him as well, because he struggles to keep himself fit. After a couple of months he gets injured, so it won't be feasible for us if it keeps on going like this. But this season I'm not impressed by Tierney, just because of his injury, just because of him. It's unfortunate, but you have to know that how you keep yourself fit as well. He hasn't done that, and even the matches that he has played, I haven't seen that thrust in him that I saw, a couple of seasons back when he first signed for us. And I'm gonna give him a 5.5 for Tierney this season.
Okay, Nuno Trovis?
Probably the worst player of Arsenal this season, you have to say. But again, I can't get too hard on him, because he's very young, and he was thrown into some situations where he hasn't been ever before, and he hasn't coped with that. A very young player, so I have to spare him, giving him a spanking or telling him harsh words, because he's going to improve. He's pretty good while going forward, but his defending sense, his positioning sense, and all those things are sometimes a bit baffling, because he makes mistakes, with inexcusable and inexplicable mistakes. I remember the Liverpool away game that we were playing, and his mistakes were kind of, out of this world. So yeah, he's going to improve, but definitely not the best season for him this season. Only the from here only better things going to come for him. But yeah, 4 for Nuno Tavares. 4.
Okay, Granit Xhaka.
Kane, I think he did well this season. I think because although if you see the amount of mistakes that has led to a direct goal from Granit Xhaka in the previous seasons, I think that has decreased dramatically this season. And also apart from that Carabao Cup mistake that he made in the Liverpool away game, although we drew that game, he has been pretty decent. So Xhaka, whenever he hasn't played, we have actually missed him. So it tells you the importance of Xhaka. He's in the matches that we have won. If you see the matches that we have won, you will see that in all those matches, Xhaka has played a huge part, just taking over, controlling the midfield, calming things down, and sending those balls in, those long balls in, diagonal balls into the wingers. He's done things right. So I thought he had a decent season. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I thought he was good this season.
Okay, Thomas Partey.
I think he has had a superb season, since he said that he hasn't been up to the mark. I remember in December when he was having some poor games, and we all were saying that okay, maybe Thomas Partey signing, maybe it's a huge mistake, or we were at sea that why this player is not performing as he should be. He made a statement that yeah, he rates his performances 3 out of 10 since arriving at Arsenal, and I can't really disagree a lot from that, because it was like 3.5 and 4 out of 10 performances from Partey. But after that, my God, the way he played, he was superb. He was the force in midfield for us, and we missed him bitterly. When he was injured, I think Partey was superb this season. After that, so I'm gonna give him a 7.5, because just I could have given him 8. I can't, because he missed the last games and the crucial games as well. Because I do believe if Partey was there and Tomiyasu was there more than Tierney, we could have got the top 4. Partey and Tomiyasu, I think, were the biggest misses rather than Partey and Tierney.
Okay, El Neni.
I think again you have to. I think you have to just appreciate the workload that the players that player does, because he knows that he's not going to be a regular starter. He knows that he's mostly a squad player, or he may well be someone at some times when we have to defend. He may start odd games and all, but his professionalism, his approach, his mindset is excellent, and we have seen in all those games. Mikel Arteta said that repeatedly, and we can see as a spectator that the way he plays whenever he is on the field, first of all, he's very safe. He doesn't make rash passes and all. He does things very safe. He just takes it along nicely and all. But his commitment, his work rate has been superb this season. I think he has made the most number of appearances in terms of the league this season, and he has done well. So I'm going to give him a 7.5. I think Elneny, in terms of the performances that he has had in those limited opportunities, he's done well. 7.5 for Elneny.
Okay.
No. 7 for Elneny. 7.5 will be a bit too high, maybe. 7 for Elneny.
Okay, Odegaard.
Superb. I thought, apart from some games, again, a North London derby and the Newcastle game at the end, I thought this season he had a great season. He was our driving force in the midfield, in the attacking half of the midfield, the way he, kind of floated around the midfield, sometimes, came into the wings, his one-on-one once with Bukayo Saka, his passing, his vision. I think he was the signing of the season for Arsenal, and in 30 million as well. Another young player, you can see 23, 24 years old. He is years ahead of him to improve, and he's going to be reaching his prime in the next 3 or 4 seasons, next 3 or 4 years. So I thought superb. I thought Odegaard was superb, and I'm gonna give him 8. I think good perform, great player. He's going to be a great player for us.
Okay, Smith Rowe.
Yeah, man. Another player, I can't, I can keep on, praising all these young players because again, he stepped up. He scored more than 10 goals. For a long time, he was the best goal scorer of the season. So yeah, another player who stepped up. He was superb in the first half of the season. He faded a bit in the second half, although he didn't start a lot of games. Most of the games, even in the first half of the season, he was, as a substitute, but he was still scoring goals. I remember the games against West Ham, Norwich, all those games against Leeds. He was coming on as a substitute and he was scoring goals there. So yeah, I think he had a great season as well. I thought, although he was lacking, thought thought he looked a bit tired at the latter half of the season, although he was not getting, things right. But overall, a good season for him. 7.5 for Smith Rowe. 7.5.
Okay, Saka.
Player of the season has to be player of the season for Arsenal. Outstanding performances. He's a man, isn't he? He's like the heart of this team. Who just whenever he's right, we are right, and if he collapses, we collapse as a club. When in terms of our attacking prowess, in terms of our dynamism in attack, he has been the best player. I think, and if, at this age, the way he has been playing, the way he has grown into more like a man, even at this tender age, is outstanding to see. He has owned his place, his right wing side. He has owned it completely, and I believe that we are going to see greater things from him in the future, and outstanding season from Saka, our highest goal scorer in the season as well. So yeah, outstanding 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10 for sure.
Okay, Pepe.
Man, this is difficult. He has had an awful season because he hasn't got chances at all. Because if you could see that the wings in the right wing, Saka was our obvious first choice, and even in whenever Saka has played in the left side, we've seen Gabriel or Smith Rowe playing on the right side. So Pepe hasn't got chances, and even though in the games that he has got chances, apart from the Wolves game, he has looked out of sorts. He has looked very disappointing. I think he's our record signing, and the performances that he has had this season, and also you can't really blame him too much because he has got very limited number of opportunities, but still in the opportunities that he got, he didn't look like as a 72 million player. So another poor season. I think Pepe is gonna get maybe 4 for Pepe. 4.
Okay, Martinelli.
Again, terrific performances in some of the matches that he has played. I think he has always been a live wire. He has hurried defenders with all these skills. He's a terrifically gifted player. His first touches, his movements, the way he can dribble is outstanding. And again, another young player. So had a decent season. I think in some of the matches he was superb. He probably didn't score as much goals as we expect from him, because some of the matches I do believe he was a bit unlucky as well, deserved a goal but didn't get one. But yeah, decent season, great season. I do believe for him, he's going to be another asset for Arsenal, and 8 out of 10 for Martinelli. I think he's going to be a real deal for us in the coming years, unless Jurgen Klopp, with his wary eyes and all, snaps him up. I think some of these young players that we have, the likes of Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and now Nketiah is staying as well. So if he grows into that, the likes of Marcelo Flores in the young team, Patino, Aziz, all these players, Omari Hutchinson, if I name. So all these young players are superb that we have, and if we nurture them in the correct way, we are going to assemble a great team in the coming 4 or 5 years. And also don't forget William Saliba as well. If he plays, he's a top-notch defender as well. So yeah, in terms of that side, as I've always said, we look super, we look great, we look strong. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The future's looking bright. Okay, so just finish with the strikers now. So Nketiah.
He had a good season, you have to say that he was mostly playing Chouamar. First, Aubameyang was playing in the first half of the season. After that, Lacazette was playing. So I thought the Wolves game that he played, the Wolves home game when he came on and set up the goal for Nicola Pepe, he was superb. And then I think that was the turnaround for him that started. And then he got his chances against Chelsea and all against United and against West. All this, later, he scored 5 or 6 goals. I think he has had a decent season. I still don't think it was enough for him to get a new contract and all, but we have given him that. I think surely he's going to stay. So, and if he stays, I hope he improves and he does greater things for us. But I don't think he still will be our starter. I think we are definitely going to buy a striker. Will be the first team per player. But Nketiah's season this season again, a player who has been playing was played a very limited time for a limited time period, but had a greater effect, if you can see, because he has scored 5 or 6 league goals, and that's still more than Lacazette. So you can say that. So I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I think just for his performance in the latter half, because he didn't get any opportunity, any meaningful opportunity. Even though the opportunities that he got in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, he scored goals there as well. I think he scored around 3 or 4 goals in the Carabao Cup as well. So it's been good for him.
Okay, Lacazette.
I think if Nuno Tavares was our worst signing of the season, Lacazette was probably very close to the worst player of the season as well, because he has done absolutely nothing this season. And it is right that he has been leaving, because it was inevitable that he has to go after that, the kind of season that he had. With all due respect to Laka, he's been one of my favorite players for a long time. The way he has performed in the previous seasons for us, his commitment, his leadership quality, whatever that is, and his ability to score in the big games. We have always seen Laka stepping up in the big games, scoring goals, but that has completely evaporated this season. I think whatever role that he got, to play as a hold-up player or play as a central attacking player that we have seen him playing, dropping a bit, that hasn't worked for him. And even his finishing, his touches in the box, his goal-scoring instinct has been absolutely invisible this season, and that shows in the scoring list as well. I think 4 goals all season for us, for one of the main strikers. So it shows the way he has had, the way his final season at Arsenal has panned out. So I'm gonna give him just 3.5 for Lacazette this season. I can't give him more. I wish I could give him more, because I love the guy, but I can't. 3.5.
Okay, so overall, some really high ratings there. As you were saying, a lot of positives with our young players. There were some low ratings, but as a whole, the season has been good. We didn't make Champions League, but we are making progress. The future is bright with the young players that we have. Big summer transfer window coming up. Let's hope we can add experienced players, world-class players, add that squad depth. I'm going to go into more detail with you in our next show about what positions you would like to see us strengthen, what players you think we should sell, who we should buy. But just to touch upon it a little bit now, how many players do you think we need to buy this summer?
We already have one player. We have a goalkeeper that's coming in, Matt Turner. So apart from that, I would definitely like 2 strikers. 2 strikers are an absolute necessity now, even though Nketiah is there. I do believe 2 strikers is a necessity. We need a left back, because Nuno Tavares has to go on loan. he can't, because he's not good enough to play at Arsenal. But just keeping him wasting on the bench, or playing him in the under 23s is a waste. So rather send him on loan. So we need left back there, and we have been linked with the left back as well. And we need a midfielder. We need another midfielder, I do believe, and we have been linked there as well. So 2 strikers, 1 left back, 1 midfielder is an absolute necessity. And if we can add with another centre back, that will be good. And as we are seeing that we have been linked with a left-footed centre back, that will be adding, that will be decent as well. But I think what we have to do is that we will be getting a player that is coming back from loan, William Saliba. We definitely have to keep hold of him because he's a top player. We have already lost a player in Matteo Guendouzi because I don't know. We have given him for, I think, 7 or more, less than 10 million. He's going to be more than 40-50 million at least, within the next 2 years. I can guarantee you that, because Marseille are not going to keep hold of him for, more than 2 or 3 years. They are going to sell him, and they are going to earn a lot of money for him. I can guarantee you. So I think we shouldn't be making those mistakes. We can't afford to make those mistakes yet again. William Saliba is a player that we have to have, and we have to keep him at Arsenal, and we have to give him chances because he's a top-notch player. Okay. So that's all. But another, if you tell me the most important thing for us, striker. Surely we need 2 strikers for sure. And I'm not going to listen to all these excuses. We missed out this, we missed out that. I'm still not convinced with Jesus, because 50 million for Jesus looks like overpriced because of the way he has played at City. I don't know whether if he clicks at Arsenal, it's great. I hope he clicks. If he arrives at Arsenal, but still, I think 50 million for Gabriel Jesus is a bit too much, and I don't know. But we have to sort that thing out, whatever we have, because we do. There are quality players that we have, like Lautaro Martinez and all that we have seen, who are better. So yeah, I hope we're going to talk, a lot more extensively regarding this, in our next show. But yeah, all these 4 or 5 signings that I want this season, next season.
Yeah, let's hope the board get the business done. The scouts, Edu, they work hard and they get it done early as well. That's a big thing. We don't want to leave it right until late in the transfer window, as we normally tend to do. Let's be decisive. Let's pay the money that the clubs are asking for, get the players in, get them integrated into the team, playing in our pre-season games, and let's hit next season running. Not a poor start like we had last season. I hope we're learning from our mistakes of the past. But yeah, one thing as well before we go, got to say, IPL champions, my boys, Gujarat Titans.
Yeah, congratulations on that. And
Thank
you guys played one of the worst finals in IPL tournaments history. So congratulations on that as well. It was one of the most one-sided finals in IPL history.
Good. Yes, we're so good. Our bowling, we didn't let them score. They even Josh
had Shubman Gill been caught in that first over by Yuzvendra Chahal, things could have been different, my friend. Had Shubman Gill been gone on his first ball.
Pressure can make anything,
Yeah, but yeah, congratulations. There are many. I do have some Gujarati friends down in Gujarat, and actually came back from Gujarat recently. So there was people who are very ecstatic and all. They actually had a parade, an open bus parade in Ahmedabad after winning the tournament and all, and there were people who were cheering for that. So yeah. Congratulations to you guys. First season, a big important title as well, and yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, it's amazing season. So many players stepped up, especially our captain Hardik Pandya. Amazing. The ball again. We saw him in the final. What a bowling spell! It's been outstanding with bat all season as well, and he's really stood up as a captain. And many of the players, like Rashid Khan, David Miller. David Miller, he's been very inconsistent mainly in IPL, but he really stepped up this season. And yeah, Shubman Gill done well. Saha, another one. played well through the season. So yeah, our bowling is amazing as well. Shami, Lockie Ferguson, Joseph.
Alzari, yeah.
Joseph been amazing. And some of the younger Indian players as well. Dayal, the left arm bowler.
Yeah, Yas Dayal. Yeah, Yas Dayal was super for you. So was, I think, I think the likes of, the guy that I just forgotten his name, man. Come on.
Kishore?
I think Yas Dayal was super for you.
Yeah, Kishore as well, the left arm spinner.
Yeah, Sai Kishore. Yeah, exactly. Sai Kishore was pretty decent for you guys as well, because the way he's bowled, he actually was warming bench, for CSK. So you got at Gujarat, he has got the chances and he has been superb. And I think in terms of the season that you have had, the quality of the players that you have had, I thought one player I would have loved to see a lot more for him, but was disappointed, and that is Abhinav Manohar. He's a superb player, and I've seen him smacking balls, scoring big runs for his Ranji side Karnataka, but he was somehow a bit underwhelming this season. But hopefully, he is going to do better for you guys next season. And another player that you have had is Rahul Tewatia. He was good for you guys as well, in some matches, winning in sixes and all. So yeah, he has done well. You guys, as a unit, you guys have done well.
Yeah, and it's such a great final in terms of the crowd and atmosphere. First IPL final at the new stadium, over 100,000 people. So yeah, looking forward to hopefully next season, all the teams will be able to play at their home venues through the league phase, and there'll be crowds there throughout. We know what great atmospheres there are in the IPL, so let's hope next season we get to see that. And there's none of these issues with COVID.
One of the good things about your Gujarat and your Ahmedabad is that people from all around your state, Ahmedabad is actually at a position in Gujarat state where people from around Gujarat, people even from the farthest west of Gujarat, can come within 6 or 7 hours of journey. So that is an advantage that you have, the geographical advantage of the capital city that you have in Ahmedabad. That whenever, because Gujarat Titans is not about Ahmedabad or Baroda, it's about whole of Gujarat. So the support comes from whole of Gujarat. It's coming from whole of Gujarat. So even from in the further northern sides, if I tell about Kutch and all those places, people can come in to watch you in Ahmedabad by 8 or 9 hours journey maximum. So in Mumbai, in case of Mumbai, if you're living in the eastern part of Maharashtra, which is the state Mumbai is capital of, you have to travel around 15-16 hours. So that's a geographical advantage that you have. So you're gonna get a lot of support around Gujarat as well, not just from Ahmedabad or Baroda or from Surat or Jamnagar and all these cities of Gujarat, rather I say. So it's a good thing that you have.
Yeah, looking forward to defending our title next season. So yeah, that's all from us on this week's show. I wanted to thank you, bro. So we're wrapped up last season now. We're going to be focusing, as I say, on the next show on next season, the transfer market. I want to thank you. We started this back in January, and it's been such a pleasure to have you on the show, to hear your thoughts, hear the vibe in Kolkata, Bengal, and India from you and fellow Arsenal fans there. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate, your invitation, and I hope that we can keep this going for a longer version, and hopefully we're gonna have a lot better moments next season to chat about and talk about, because I think things are slowly starting to get better for us, and it's gonna be better for us next season. So yeah, thank you, my friend.
You're welcome, bro. For sure, the future's looking bright. Looking forward to next season. Not long, it's 6 weeks now till the pre-season games start. So as I said, a bit of a summer break. We'll be back on the next show in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be talking about next season and the transfer window. Hopefully, we might have announced a couple of players by then as well for us to talk about as well. So let's see. So yeah, that's all from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.